Zombie Apocalypse.
So hello viewers, welcome to my channel Medicine Era. Myself Moyuk, and today I'm going to discuss about a new pharmacy job sector that is called pharmacovigilance. Now you know that different type of IT giants are now hiring the pharmacy graduates from that pharmacy field in their pharmacovigilance. So what are the job responsibilities, what are the job prospects, and how can you get a job in this pharmacovigilance sector? That all the things have to be discussed yet. So I would like to start the discussion with one of my junior in my college where I had done my master in pharmacy, and she is Mrs. Sinjini Das Chakraborty, and she had a greater experience in the pharmacovigilance sector. So she will tell all about that particular job sector, what are the job responsibilities and what are the criteria you have to fulfill to get a job in this pharmacovigilance sector. So please stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Shinjini. I did my pharmacy and graduation as well as post-graduation. I did my post-graduation in pharmacology, and right after my post-graduation there was this campus interview by a big MNC house, and it was in Kolkata, and I got selected. Many of my friends did actually. So it was like the MNC house which selected us, they were hiring for CDM as well as PV. I was selected, and most of the pharmacology students were selected for the PV branch, and for the CDM most of the SUTIX students were selected. Now with PV what we had to do basically was the company which hired us worked as a third party company. So it was more of like we were working indirectly under one medical firm or medical company, big shot medical company or firm. So what we used to do is that there was a team of pharmacists as well as doctors together. We used to file ADRs, different types of adverse drug reactions. So we used to file them, and we used to fill up forms and then report it to the company. And there the company through us, it used to have a close check on the ADRs, like on the ADRs which are, which is at present showing in the market of respective medicines that the company was manufacturing. So it was more of a not only a post-marketing surveillance, but was also it also included drugs which were in clinical trial phases. So it was more of a company, looking after all the possible ADRs and filing it for their respective drugs that they manufacture, or the respective medicines that they manufacture, to have a proper filing report or so, and so that they can further report it to the higher authorities to ascertain whether the drug or the medicine can continue being in the market or should be withdrawn, or for any other, should be tested more or something like that. So we used to do that, and it had a good prospect. Earlier in Kolkata there was just one big shot MNC company who used to do this PV thingy in Kolkata, but now there are one more. So it's two companies are there at present in Kolkata, which are hiring students for PV as well as CDM. And the opportunity is good because there were the hikes were mandatory hikes. So it was based on your rating, quarterly hikes and then yearly of course. So overall it was a good experience, and there is a place to grow, and yes, you can grow in that.
So Sinjini had already told about that what are the job responsibilities of a pharmacy student or a pharmacist in a pharmacovigilance sector or in an IT sector. So there will be a certain question in your mind that what are the purpose and what are the process by which you can get a job in that particular sector. So what are the interview process, what type of questions they have asked to you to get a job in this sector. So Sinjini will discuss all about this in our next part.
So basically there are what I faced was there were two steps involved. The first one was aptitude test, and if you qualify that aptitude test you get selected for the PI, which is personal interview. So for me, I would suggest you all, and it's very 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 important because someone very close to me have faced this situation. So for the aptitude test they had sets of questions in your field. Like for me it was questions based on pharmacology, and then there were questions based on English, language, and then there were questions based on your overall general knowledge. So the most important thing here is that you do not miss a question. Okay, so the time is very limited. Like you get maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds for one question. You shouldn't miss out any question. Like if you are not even sure, until before the time gets over, you should tick at least one, even if it's a guess. Because the moment you leave one question, the entire subject, like I said, there were 3 subjects, topics. So the moment you leave one question blank, the entire topic is marked 0 for you. So that's very important, not to leave out or miss out any questions. Even if you don't know the answer, before the time is over, just give a guesswork and just tick something or the other, but do not leave out any questions. That's the most important thing. And after that, when you get qualified, your name will be there, then there will be PI, which is personal interview. And what I faced was, they mostly asked about clinical trials, different phases of clinical trials, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, you all know. But then there was another one which is phase 0 trial, and they did ask for like what was phase 0 trial and why was it conducted, why was it so important. And then they will usually ask about the company itself, like the company which is hiring you, you should know about the company itself. And then a little bit about the pharmacovigilance, what is pharmacovigilance, brief idea about pharmacovigilance, and then a few short forms and abbreviations. It's okay if you don't know it, do not bluff, do not confidently say something which you are not sure and might be wrong. Just straight away say that, sir, maybe I don't know this, or I have no idea, I need to know this. So that is a better approach than telling something very confidently which turns out to be wrong. So if you don't know the answer, just be honest that I'm sorry, but I don't think I know this answer for sure. And if you are in doubt, then start your answer saying that I'm not sure, but then I think this is the answer. And when you are confident about your answer, then go ahead and say that, okay, this is it. So that is my suggestion. And of course there is a future. Before, like I have already said earlier, there was just one company, but now another company came forward in Kolkata itself. And if you go outside, like in Bangalore, Mysore, there are many companies, and their pay scale is also very good. So it's like opportunity is there. If you can stick to it, then you will grow definitely, because growth is there. And all the best.
So I would like to thank Shinjini for her great session which she delivered for us. And I think that in case of pharmacovigilance sector, you have gathered already lots of knowledge from her, and who are trying to grab this opportunity to get a job in the pharmacovigilance sector. They would try to maintain their mind for a setup to get the job and give all their efforts to do the certain things which is mainly required to get a job in that pharmacovigilance sector. And in case of IT sector or information technology sector, this is a particular job that will be provided for a pharmacy student. So who are like the IT sectors and also the corporate lifestyle, they will definitely join that sector, and there will be lots of salary hikes and a good opportunity to build up their career. Okay, so this is all about that particular session. Thank you very much for your patience, and please subscribe, share, comment and like my channel, and see you at next time. Thank you.